Good morning, everyone. If you're tuning in, I would like you to go ahead and share this video. I would like you to go ahead and tag someone, and I also would like you to leave all your advice in the comment section. We're going to go ahead and get started. Today's letter comes from a 28-year-old female, and she's having some issues with her boyfriend. And the letter reads, Dear Pearl, I'm a 28-year-old woman, and my boyfriend and I are always arguing. We will be at a good we will be good for a couple of days, then it's back to arguing. I feel he doesn't care about how I feel. He's very selfish. As long as he's getting what he wants, he's fine. I'm just tired of saying the same things over and over. What should I do? Well, the first thing is the arguing is not healthy in a relationship. You will have disagreements, but the constant arguing, that's worrying me because when you're arguing with someone, um, your blood pressure levels are elevated, your tone is elevated, how you feel is elevated. Everything that you say is times 10. I always tell people, when you are mad, that's definitely not a good time to talk. That's definitely not a good time to try to reason. You should try to calm down first and then come back and assess the situation, because when you are mad, sometimes we say things that we really didn't mean. We do things that we really wouldn't have done. We acted out of anger. And unfortunately, some of those things we can never take back. Um, you say that y'all are always arguing. So always, that means that this is a pattern. So being that this is a pattern, this is something that needs to either change, or it needs to stop, or you need to remove yourself from the situation, because arguing is definitely not healthy for a relationship. And I think that so many people have toxic relationships until they think that they are normal. It's okay to disagree with the person. You are never going to truly agree with the person 100%, whether they're your partner or, I mean, I was married. I didn't always agree with my ex-husband, but we had to find a common ground. So you're not going to always agree with the person, but if you're constantly arguing, that's definitely not healthy. You said that one day y'all will be good, and then the next couple of days y'all will be arguing again. So that means the problem obviously was never solved. Somebody's doing something to pacify the situation. So is he doing something just for a couple of days to appease you? You know, basically not to hear you fussing about it anymore, and then things are going back to normal. That's what's worrying me. The second thing is, you said he's selfish. Wow. You said when he gets what he wants, he's okay. But when that's not going on, things are back to normal. You said that you're tired of not being heard over and over and over again. And so many women, I hear that a lot from so many women. So the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is, if you want this relationship, because see, sometimes we speak and we already know what decision we should make. So it seems like you're kind of on the verge that you're tired of it, but you might be wanting to work it out, try one more time. You need to sit down. Y'all need to have a conversation. Communication is everything. You need to let him know what you will accept and what you will not accept. Then he can make the choice whether to agree or not. And then if he doesn't want to agree to the terms that I put down, then you know you have to exit. But when you have a conversation with him, you have to allow time for the change. And I think a lot of women don't realize that change doesn't happen overnight. So if you're going to work your relationship out, you can't have a conversation one day and then the next day expect everything to be different. It's not going to work like that. It's going to be a work in progress. So you have to decide what you have. What do you have time for? How long will you wait? You know, me personally, I feel like we all are adults. I feel like some people want relationships, some people don't. People who want relationships, they work hard to make it work. People who don't, they stray away. It's simple as that. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. So If you're constantly having to sit a person down and reiterate the same things over and over and over, someone doesn't want that relationship. And that's a blind person can see that. So you have to decide, what do you want for yourself? What do you want for your future? Do you want to have a future where you're always arguing and you're always unhappy and your emotions are always up and down? Like, that's not a future that you want. That will take a toll on you. That will cause stress. That will cause depression. That will cause anxiety. Is this the type of future that you want? Or do you want a future where you have someone and y'all are building, y'all are growing, y'all are bonding, y'all are happy? It's always going to be disagreements. I'm not saying that. But when you and a person can have a disagreement and sit down and work on ways to make it better, that is what you want. You don't want someone who's not hearing your feelings, who's not taking them into consideration. You don't want that, because it's only going to get worse. It's going to go from hearing you to really not hearing you at all to not really caring. So you have to decide what you want as a woman. What do you want for your future? Because I tell people all the time, you control your destiny. If you're in a relationship, you still in control of that, because on any given day, you can choose to walk away. You always have to choose you. And I tell women all the time, if I was able to walk away from a marriage, you definitely can walk away from a relationship. It's not as hard as people think. You just have to put yourself first and know that you deserve better, and definitely know your worth. Once you know your worth, everything will fall in line. So I want you to take this advice. I want you to sit down and realize, is this even worth it? Because I think you already know the answer. Once you do that, whether you decide you want to try it one more time or you don't, that's not my place. If you decide you do, you need to have that conversation. You need to lay everything down, and you need to say, these are the terms, these are the conditions. If you cannot obey by them, then hey, you go ahead and exit left. But if you decide to give him another chance wholeheartedly, then you have to allow him, give him some time. Change does not happen overnight, but you should start seeing progress. Once that conversation is made, it should be baby steps. This is what I'm saying. So thank you for writing into the Dear Pearl Show. I really appreciate you. Everyone, all my viewers, thank you for listening. If you have any advice, you can leave in the comment section. Don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to Pearl the Celebrity on all social networks and the Pearl Show on YouTube. Have a good day.